Hello and welcome to this edition of R&B Reviews. I'm your host Rob, and once again I am joined by Dan. Dan, welcome. Welcome back. Great to have you back. Can't get enough of the channel, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We just got out of seeing Murder on the Orient Express. It's based on a novel by Agatha Christie, and it features her detective character Hercule Poirot. And I think this is the fourth film version, right? Do you know?
I'm not really sure if this is the fourth, but let's just say it's the fourth.
Okay, we will. Because I know there's the famous 1974 All-Star version that had Albert Finney as Poirot, and it featured like John Gielgud and Sean Connery and Michael York as the guest suspects. Kenneth Branagh stars and directs this movie. He plays Hercule Poirot. The story is he just gets off a case and he's heading back to London for a nice holiday on the Orient Express with some other passengers that he doesn't know, and suddenly there is a murder, and everybody is a suspect, to put it blandly. All right, well, Dan, let me ask you this question. So, have you read the book or seen any of the other adaptations before coming to see the movie?
I have not.
Okay, well, I've never read the novel either, but I have seen the 1974 version. This version, in my opinion, is not quite as good as that version, but I think I ended up leaving the theater very much enjoying it. Casting-wise, I think the actors did a good job. You get an all-star cast here, like you got Penelope Cruz, let's see, Judi Dench, Derek Jacobi, William Dafoe, Daisy Ridley from the Star Wars movies, and a bunch of other ones. That's kind
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, and Leslie Odom Jr., who's a Broadway star. And a bunch of other ones, we'll just say. And I gotta say, I think casting-wise, it was a pretty good movie. I thought Branagh was very good as Poirot, and I really liked how, Dan, at the beginning of the movie, you get a chance to get to know Poirot, especially if you're somebody that's never seen the character before, or never read any of the novels or any of the other movies or TV shows featuring the characters. Right. You get a taste of who he is, and he really it made me feel like I was watching the character rather than an actor playing the part. My only problem with Branagh is at the beginning of the movie there's a good balance between the mystery and humor, and then as the movie goes on, his performance kind of, the best way I guess I could put it is he goes from being a very eccentric, interesting character, and then it all kind of disappears. Like, he's very particular about certain things. He's kind of a little OCD, and that's kind of like
perfectionist.
He is a bit of a perfectionist, and the casting was pretty good. The movie looks very good photographic wise, and I think all the actors do what they can with their parts, no matter how big or small their screen time is.
Right.
It does have a few slow spots, and like I said, the first half of the movie, you get a nice balance between mystery and humor, and then past the halfway point, it starts to kind of disappear, and I think it kind of made the movie a bit dry. And like I said, Branagh's energy as Poirot kind of disappears after a while. I really like Johnny Depp as the gangster. At first, I thought he was a little bit of I didn't really buy him. He was the only actor I didn't buy as a character, but there's a very wonderful scene where he's talking with Poirot where I kind of like, wow, this is like a very good understated Johnny Depp performance. He's not overdoing it, he's just right. Mm-hmm. What was your impression with the movie?
Well, I was going to say I kind of like the twist.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to give it away, though.
No, we're not. But the movie is set in the 1930s. Mm-hmm. And we have like a murder mystery on our hands. Mm-hmm. The detective was really good on this one. He kind of grabs all the evidence that he can find and interviewed everybody on the train. He didn't want anybody getting off or on the train, either if it's on the stop or it's still moving. Mm-hmm. I would say this movie was great right off the bat. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's just that murder mystery has its mysterious ways about it, with a little bit of darkness, but has a little bit of humor mixed right into it. Mm-hmm. But things get really out of hand when everything turns the corner once the avalanche lightning hit the mountain, which causes the avalanche and the train just to stop.
Yeah, that is another plot point. The train that they're on gets stopped by an avalanche, and Now they're stuck in the middle of the snow waiting for help to come, and they only got themselves in this kind of twisted area. But I think this movie shows, Daisy Ridley plays the governess in this movie. She's a governess, and I think she definitely demonstrates to everyone including the entertainment business, that when the Star Wars movies, when this current trilogy ends, I think she shows she can do a good job acting. I think she'll be terrific. I was a little, as many of you might have seen from posters, they did make some changes. Like, for example, in this version, the missionary lady, she's played by Penelope Cruz. In the book and in the 1974 version, she's actually Swedish, so they did some changes there, which I thought was a little weird. And I know they tried to make the movie more, I guess, relevant and very diversified. Like, they have the doctor played by Leslie Odom Jr. from the Broadway show Hamilton. And, sometimes it worked, and then sometimes, it just disappeared, like it was never discussed again. So, I mean, he still did pretty good, but I felt like it didn't go quite as deep as it probably could have. I mean, you get a few traces here and there.
Yeah, it could have gone deeper, but you have its time limit, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's a 2-hour movie. How would you rate the movie?
I would say see it in theaters.
Okay.
What about you?
I would say see it in theaters too. I mean, like I said, it's not perfect. I mean, I had a few problems with it. It's not as good as the 74 version, which I recommend seeing if you haven't seen it yet. But I would definitely say, I think it's very well acted. It's well photographed. It does drag a bit, and I do miss the balance of humor and mystery that was in like the first maybe 2/3 of the film. But I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I think it's worth checking out.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. All right, well, that's our take on Murder on the Orient Express. Go ahead and post your comments. If you have seen the movie, go ahead and post your opinion. Did you like it? Did you think it was okay? Did you dislike it? Because I know it's got 6.8 on imdb.com, and I don't think it's fresh on Rotten Tomatoes right now, so it's getting mixed reviews. So what did you think of the movie? And if you're interested, check out the main page, look at some other reviews. And if you're interested, consider being a subscriber. All right, Dan, thanks again for stopping on by and seeing the movie with me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Glad you enjoyed yourself. And thank you very much for watching.